Have you ever stopped and asked yourself, what am I really living for? In a world where success is measured by wealth, fame, and power, we often chase things that can never satisfy our soul. The Bible asks a question that echoes through every generation. Let's think about that for a moment. In the quiet spaces between the noise of our busy lives, perhaps on a late-night drive home, or in the stillness just before dawn, a question often surfaces, whispering for our attention. It's a question about the direction we're heading, and the price of the journey. We spend years studying, working, saving, buying, chasing. We pour our energy into climbing the career ladder, curating the perfect online persona, and accumulating things we're told will bring us happiness. We tell ourselves it's for security, for our families, for a better future. But in the relentless pursuit, we have to ask ourselves, for what? What is the ultimate goal of all this striving? Jesus posed this very question 2,000 years ago, and it echoes with profound relevance today. We build these impressive lives, trying to gain the whole world, yet slowly, often without realizing it, we can forfeit the very essence of who we are. We trade away our inner peace for outer success. We sacrifice our connection with God for the approval of the crowd. The structure looks magnificent from the outside, but the soul within grows dim. You can have everything the world celebrates: money, success, beauty, followers, and still feel a profound, echoing emptiness inside. This isn't a failure on your part. It's a design feature of the human spirit. So, let's ask ourselves honestly. 1. What am I truly chasing? 2. What is it costing my soul? And 3. Is it worth the price? Because the soul was never meant to be filled by the world. It was created for something more, something eternal. It was created to be filled by God. The world offers transactions, but God offers transformation. He doesn't want to take from you. He wants to give to you. He invites you to exchange the heavy weight of worldly striving for the light burden of His love, to trade the emptiness of the whole world for the fullness of a life connected to Him. This is the great exchange, the invitation waiting for us in the quiet moments. When Jesus speaks about the world, He isn't condemning success or the good things in life. He isn't saying that ambition is inherently wrong, or that we shouldn't strive to provide for our families and build a comfortable life. These are natural, often noble, desires. The joy of a promotion, the warmth of family, the satisfaction of achievement, these are gifts. But what He is doing is issuing a profound warning about our priorities. He's asking us to look at the scales of our own heart. What do we truly treasure? Where do we invest our ultimate hope and energy? It's a caution against a subtle but dangerous trade-off, where the pursuit of worldly gain begins to eclipse the value of our own soul. In the Gospel of Matthew, He puts it this way: "For what will it profit a man if he gains the whole world and forfeits his soul?" This is the ultimate question Jesus is asking each of us to consider. What is your soul, your inner life, your connection with God, your eternal self, truly worth to you? Is that extra hour at the office, chasing a deadline that will be forgotten by next month, worth more than a quiet moment in prayer that could recenter your entire being? Is maintaining a relationship that constantly drains you, or scrolling through social media that stirs up envy and anxiety, worth losing the profound and steadying peace that God promises? Is chasing the fleeting approval of the world, trying to fit into a mold that was never meant for you, worth losing sight of the unique and beautiful purpose God has designed specifically for you? These are not just rhetorical questions, they are invitations to a deeper, more meaningful way of living. We live in a time where it's so easy to sell our values for a little attention, isn't it? We trade profound truth for fleeting popularity, chasing the temporary glow of a screen or the approval of the crowd. At work, maybe it's a small compromise to get ahead. With friends, perhaps it's staying silent when we should speak up. We can become so focused on accumulating these fleeting moments of pleasure, these temporary gains, that we forget about eternity. We build our lives with materials destined to crumble. Jesus poses a question that cuts through the noise. What good will it be for someone to gain the whole world, yet forfeit their soul? It's a call to pause and examine our own hearts. What are we truly chasing? Where are we placing our ultimate worth? Is it in things that will fade? Because Jesus reminds us, there is a life beyond this one. There is a reality far more lasting and beautiful than the fragile empires we build for ourselves here and now, and He invites us to exchange our handful of dust for an inheritance that is imperishable. There is a treasure that never fades, a joy that can't be taken away, and a peace that surpasses all understanding. This is the treasure He offers. Imagine standing before God one day with all your achievements, your fame, your possessions, and realizing none of it can buy back your soul. The cars, the house, the status, all gone, but your soul, eternal, remains. That's why Jesus came. To remind us that life is more than what we see, that your worth is not found in what you own, but in who owns your heart. So, today, ask yourself, what am I chasing? What am I losing myself for? God is calling you back, not to take away your dreams, but to give them meaning. To fill the emptiness inside with His peace, to trade temporary gain for eternal joy, because the world will fade, but your soul, your relationship with God, will last forever. So, what will it profit you if you gain the whole world but lose your soul? Choose today to walk with God, to seek first His kingdom, to let your soul find rest in Him, because in the end, He is your greatest treasure.